Hi everybody, thanks for joining me for another video blog. Yes, what you see here, it's a crutch. Life has brought some challenge to me in the last month in many ways, in forms of incidents with friends, forms of having a cold, and now a knee injury. So it has been quite a month. And interesting enough that all these events have been happening while I finish my book. And the chapter I've been writing while I'm having all these stresses, and no doubt that this knee injury is one of the biggest stressors, because this could be an injury that will change my lifestyle a little bit, because I injured this knee in the past. I had surgery and I re-injured this knee. So I don't know the results of, I don't know the damage yet, but it just happened during simply stepping down of my box here in the studio. Nothing fancy, nothing like jumping off my mountain bike or, climbing mountains. It was pretty silly, but the challenge is here and I'm accepting, and I want to share a paragraph of my chapter, the chapter of my book in Grit, because I want to share with you some tools that can be very helpful in times of great challenges like I'm having myself, and I want to share with you. But in that chapter, under the title, The Monster Against Grit, I call resistance. So in this case, the monster for me is this injury. It's an injury that can hold me back, but the attitude of grit is to counterbalance, in meaning it's not going to hold me back. It might hold me from running trails, from walking my dog, but it's not going to hold me back from continue pursuing what matters to me. So I want to share with you a little bit what I wrote in my book, if you don't mind. So I write that grit is a must-have muscle to cultivate a happy and successful life. This is the deal. The moment you make a decision to pursue your goals with the greatest attitude of grit, determination, discipline, dedication, you'll be met with the monster of resistance. This monster is a force that show up to keep us small, to keep us the same, to weaken our confidence, to say that we are not good enough. You may call the ego, the inner voice, your small self, or simply the resistance. Whatever you want to name it, you know what it feels like and what it looks like. It is a force that wants to make you stop, a force that wants to make you procrastinate, and a force that wants you to get distracted from pursuing your goals. So I'm sharing this with you because I've experienced this myself. So what I have learned that gets me going in times of great challenge like this, and I would say this is a big setback. If I talk about stress, this is one of the biggest stress that has happened to me in the last few years. Have an injury again, that cannot be repaired unless you have another surgery, which I already decided that if that's the case, I won't have another surgery in that same knee. It can change my lifestyle. So live with the consequence is not very fun, but I want to share with you things that I'm doing that really help me to get through this, and I think they're life lessons and are going to be more material brought from my second book. So in times of challenge, you need to be able to really tap into your superpowers, because this is the thing. You can be working your confidence muscles, your power, your passion, your drive, your discipline, your drive, but you're only going to be tested if you really develop those mind muscles in times of challenge, because it's easy to apply those things when everything is going great. But I want to see how you apply those concepts when things are hard. So this is what I find. The key is to continue your routine, continue your daily activities through your challenge as much as you can. Of course, I can't walk my dog. Of course, I cannot go for my runs or do my typical workouts, but I can coach my clients too with great excellence. I can write my book. I can continue doing my research. I can exercise. I can ride my recumbent bike here. I can do some stretches. So what I'm saying is, don't let a resistance, whatever form is showing up to you, this monster, to stop you. Because if you stop, the longer you stop, you're gonna go into that place of paralysis. And I talk about this paralysis a lot in my book. If you go into that place of paralysis, you're going to invite that ego voice, that small self that comes to us and say, I told you, you shouldn't have pursued this, you shouldn't have tried this, because you see now you're here, miserable. So be careful, don't stop in paralysis, keep moving. Movement, it's the opposite of paralysis. So keep moving. And for me, the movement comes from simply coming here and continue coaching, continue working, and tapping into my superpower muscles. So some of the superpower muscles I put here, I call awareness, confidence, courage, love, passion, discipline, determination, of course, grit, which is the one I've been studying and talking the most since I'm writing about it. So if you're going through any challenge in your life, or you have a friend or family member going through challenge, I encourage your friend to keep going no matter what. That doesn't mean ignore the pain. Doesn't mean I'm gonna just not listen to my body and start doing silly things that can injure myself even more. So that's why awareness or education is so important. Whatever challenge you're going through, learn about it. In my case, I consulted a very high-skilled doctor, surgeon, and asked him about what is the worst case scenario here, what is my reality, and what can I do? And once he said, start moving your knee, start putting weight on your knee, start rehabbing, start biking, I immediately listened to him and start rehabbing my knee, which automatically put me in a very much more positive state of mind, because I'm being proactive about creating a solution. I'm focused on solving the problem versus being in a state of paralysis and crying that I have an injury. Now, don't get me wrong, I have cried a couple times this week, because when you have an injury like this, it's a form of heartbreak. It's a disappointment, and it's very important that we do honor our emotions. So yes, I had some tears coming down. Even this morning I have some tears, because making breakfast is extremely difficult with crutches. So it takes a tremendous amount of mental and physical, emotional energy to move, to adapt, to move your body through an injury when there is pain present. So what I really want to share here with you, whatever challenge you're going through, try to keep going. Try to really tap into your discipline, your determination, your grit muscle, and don't let these challenges stop you from pursuing your dreams. But at the same time, listen to your body. That's why I put a title here, Stillness versus Fight. And I call that stillness versus fight really the art of living. Like, when do we just give in and we sit down meditation, or when we just take the day off and stay in bed because it's going to benefit our body and mind the most? And when do we just go to work, pour our sleeves to the top, and fight? You're the only one who can answer this question, but always listen to your body and to your inner voice or what is right. But whatever it is, do what's going to serve you and what's going to serve your purpose. So this is my message of the day. Whatever challenge you're going through, keep moving, keep honoring yourself, and keep loving yourself, because everything is going to be okay. Thank you so much for listening and for allowing me to be vulnerable with you. And I would love your comments. I would love your requests of future video blogs. And if you like this video blog, please share with your friends. We'll be hitting almost 100 videos. I think maybe 1 or 2 more videos will be 100. So help me to expand the family, the Vitali Coaching family, and be able to reach more people and hopefully help and inspire more people. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.